Hello, everybody.
Guess what?
Welcome
Sam
to
did the homework.
Yes. Welcome to another book club live show. We're talking about monster smut today and horror novel. And not all of us finished the books. By not all of us, I mean me for sure. So that's my bad. But that's fine.
Sam
okay.
making history as the one who has finished both books this time.
Yeah.
For once in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. And Sam's going to be gloating the whole time. So that's great.
Yeah, I will. The thing is, it's because I had an audiobook of it. If there was no audiobook for You Did Nothing Wrong, it probably would take me a lot longer to get through it. But
yeah.
I started Married to the I hate the title so much. Married to the Monster. Nope.
Married to the Alien Mountain Man.
That one? Yeah, I started it last night. So I made sure that I had enough time. But again, I played Town to City, I kid you not, until 10 p.m. And I was like, I need to go read. I have to stop.
That was me yesterday. Yesterday I started Married to the Alien Mountain Man. And then I finished it this morning. And then today I started You Did Nothing Wrong. So that's where I'm at.
Here's the thing. At Richie's speed, which is approximately my listening speed, it would take Richie about 3 hours to read it.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up this morning. I got home from work at 2 a.m, and then I went to bed, set an alarm for 7:30 because I was like, I'm gonna read these books. And then I woke up at 7:30, and then I was like, we can push it to 9. And then I slept through the 9 a.m. alarm and woke up at 11, and then I started reading. So I didn't finish the Ursa Dax, and I'm 7 chapters into the CG Drews one, but
that's fair.
That's where I'm at too.
As far as we got. So.
But that's okay. So let's talk Ursa Dax, number one Oakenstand. Let's get into it. Thoughts, feelings?
People are haters. People are haters for saying this one is one of the worst. Y'all are haters, and you're dumb. So good.
I'd like to argue the other side. I'm not going to say it was bad. I still love him, and I love the characters. But I would say, compared to Ward and Ten's book and Garrick and Magnolia, this one for me was not as good.
You're crazy for thinking this one was worse than Ward and Ten's book.
I think it was worse. And I think for me, I don't think the spicy scenes were as good. And I think part of it was that thing that you hate, where it's the saying shit wrong. For me, it's it's so tired. And then we had the storm again, and all I could hear was you being like, something bad's going to happen in the storm.
Oh, I didn't highlight that part.
But I liked that it was a tornado this time. That was fierce and different.
Yes.
But I didn't feel as into the spicy scenes. I still liked it. But I don't know, I love the characters. I just was you got these great characters in the room, and could we do something interesting? Some of the scenes I liked, but a lot of it I was like, can you give me a date? Can you just go on a little picnic date on his little property and pasture? Y'all don't know each other. And I think part of it too is the 2 weeks. They cut it down to the marriage time was 2 weeks. It's well, now it feels so rushed. Okay, and we had a time jump where it was 8 days in the future. And I was like, so y'all barely talked in 2 weeks, and now we're smashing and we're married. It's too fast. I'll get off my soapbox. I still love it. It's still good. It's not bad. It's just, I like the other ones better. It's still 4-star. I'm not saying it's bad. But anyway, go. I'm done.
It is just so crazy to me that you would act like this one is more rushed than Warden 10 and Tasha falling in love in approximately 0.3 seconds of the
They already knew each other. These two were strangers. It's different.
I agree. It's different. No, listen, I will say one of the things that I read in a lot of the reviews is that people didn't like I don't know if it's Jaya or Jaya.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think I was saying Jaya.
Okay.
But Jaya sounds more correct. Realistically.
I don't care. Whatever her name is.
Whatever.
Girly Pop.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of reviews saying that they didn't like this book because they didn't like her. Couldn't disagree with you more. She was far and away my favorite female protagonist we've gotten so far, with the exception of
her.
I loved her. I thought she was everything to me. I love that she was a slut. I love that she was kind of a bitch. I love that she was just listen, I'm a rough and tough. She was Han Solo, but a lady, and good. I thought she was so cool. And I liked that she swore, and I liked that she was reacting reasonably to this, and that when I understand that you're oh, it was kind of too quick for me, but for me, I was I really liked that all of the other ones, it seemed to be like this instant, immediate, like, wow, I can't keep my eyes off of them. And I love that the first thing that she realized about him is like, oh, he's like a good person. And it wasn't until like 50 pages in that she was like, also, he's absolutely built like a brick shit house. But like the first thing that she noticed is like, no, he's like good actually. And the fact that because I was very scared once she said that it was going to be like, and I don't trust that. But the fact that she was like, hey, somebody who can like go through all this stuff and remain good, like I have a lot of respect for that. And that it started from this place of like respect. The fact that she says to him like, we're becoming fast friends, and it does seem like she wants to help him, he wants to help her. I thought it was so fucking good. This might have broken top 2 in the series for me.
Oh shit! Wait, so what are your top 2?
I think it's going to be Magnolia and Garrick, and then Oaken and Jaya.
Okay. Sam?
This is my first 5-star of the series.
I'm happy for you.
I was obsessed. I love them as a couple. I like that she was consistent the whole time. Like, her character from the beginning stayed the same. It didn't shift. Nothing changed during sex scenes. I actually loved the sex scene. I think I liked it so much because it had very good friend vibes for so long. Where it's like, we're gonna become really fast friends. When he was when Jaya was talking about how the goat was becoming friends with the robot.
Yes.
And she says they're becoming fast friends like us. And he says, yeah, like us. That part destroyed me. I was like, oh, I love this. I love how they were like, we have crushes, but we also understand the agreement. So we're not going to overstep boundaries until later. But it felt very much like they had a foundation of being friends rather than just going straight into dating.
I think there was also something really like nice to see about her, like realizing he's a good person and like putting that energy towards like, so I'm going to make sure that he gets the best fucking wife possible. And the scene where she's like realizing that she's into him, and she's like, what if he does, like, she doesn't laugh at his jokes? What if she doesn't like understand the way that he speaks the way that I do? What if she's not like, what if she doesn't care about him as much as I do? And I was like, like I was losing my mind. I loved their dynamic.
Yes. I also like the part when she was like, I respect Tasha. She's great. But if she said something mean to him, I can have words for her. And I was like, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can I say, abbreviation to my previous thing with the spicy scenes? I did like the like movie date thing. That whole thing was spicy and it was good.
Yeah.
I ate down.
Him with the hat. Oh my god. That was funny and I liked it. I don't know what I wanted more of, but there was something, I don't know, it's not tangible, but I wanted something more. I do like the goat. I will say with the goat, I was like, I wish it would have started with him in the mountains, like walking to like rehabilitate his ankle or whatever. And then
finding the goat.
I don't know. I wish he could have found the goat and then found Jaya or whatever her name is. And then they could have like bottle fed the goat together and had that been like a bonding thing, because it opened with him and this goat and I'm like, who the fuck is this goat? And like, it's a cute goat, like love the goat's fierce, but like I wish that could have been more of a thing they did together. I don't know, I felt like the goat could have been better utilized to progress the romance and have it be a pet at the same time.
I think I didn't want that was because it felt too similar to Darcy. Because Darcy's the animal girl. That's her thing. And so I was like, I don't really want to... I felt like her and Darcy had the most similarities.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think this is just like a better version of Darcy. And I was scared that it was going to be like, I'm so focused in on this goat thing that it's like the dog all over again. I was worried that it was going to feel new.
Yeah.
I fear we are not mentioning the absolute MVP of this book, for me at least. Lala the robot was a great addition. I loved it.
Truly incredible.
Just exposition bot. Love a robot that's like, my prime directive is to take care of Jaya, and I have decided formally that you are good for Jaya. Like, I'm just saying it out loud was so funny.
I know he sleeps outside in the tent. I'm fully aware.
Yeah, I didn't need to tell you. he's helping, so what do you need to
saying-
know? Like, oh,
I love the scene with the socks with him and the robot, and she's asleep, and he's talking to the robot, like, and they're like becoming like almost friends too, and like we're on the same team, and I love that scene with the socks. It was so tender and so cute. That was 10 out of 10.
I will say the socks to me, like, I don't know if anything's gonna beat him giving her a cherry tree in book one.
Right.
That was fierce.
But the socks to me came close. That ate down. That
Yes,
was
it did.
really, really good.
Yes.
Also, when
and
the
fact that he was
tornado,
knitting some more for her.
yes, I was gonna say when the tornado hit the house, I was like, not his knitted socks, they're gone. I know how hard you worked on those socks, King.
Oh, him being like, I forgot how long it took to knit socks. I was like, I'll cry. Don't tempt me.
Yeah. I was like, if she leaves before he finishes these socks, I'm throwing this book across the room. I can't take it.
Okay, one of the things that I consistently love about these books is that everything that could be a miscommunication just straight up isn't. Like, everybody, like, it always stops before the point of an actual miscommunication. And so when they were like, well, the part came in, so she's gonna have to leave, and she was like, what if I didn't, though? What if I didn't? Actually, don't. I thought that was so fun. I loved that it went into the scene of him telling what happened when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, and also I think the thing is that for me, like, one of the reasons I liked this so much is because and I think it felt very similar to like the Magnolia and Garrick book. They had like genuine care for each other in a way that I fear like Tyler and Cherry didn't really, and also Helen and Darcy didn't really. And also, frankly, Warden 10 and Tasha didn't really.
Again, there's no friend foundation.
Yeah.
True.
It's just like,
it's
if you
kind
meet
of just
somebody
like
at
you're
the mall,
hot.
you
And
start
that's fine.
dating immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you don't know each other.
Yeah.
But this felt like they laid some foundation. Yeah. Back to the Lana thing. And I'm not going to pronounce the ship correctly, so just like ignore me. But the rest of the ship may be gone, she said at length, but I remain, and you are still my pilot. I took her in my hand, clutched her into my chest, and I sobbed. I truly almost started crying. I was like, oh, I might cry in this book? That's not expecting whatsoever.
Love that we brought back Killian, my boy Killian, MVP Killian. Yes,
I have to say, this book, and maybe it's just because of the characters that we saw, I felt like it had the perfect amount of side characters and having like the little cameos and having people be introduced where it felt real. Whereas the last time in, I think, Magnolia's book, when we saw everybody together, and I guess also in Tasha's book, when we saw everybody together, they felt so forced. Like, they're like, no, everything is perfect and gun to my head, like, don't even worry, like, everything's okay. Whereas this just felt natural. And it's just like, we're becoming a community and we're friends and we love each other. And I just loved seeing everybody together.
Agreed.
Well, the fact that, I mean, at least in like Tasha's book, it was plot driven to a certain extent, where it was like, okay, well, she is literally traveling around to check in on all of these people to make sure they're okay. So I wasn't like too upset when then everybody showed up. But in Magnolia and Garrick's book, it was kind of like, it felt like the clip show episode of a sitcom, you know what I mean? Or it was like, like I felt like the Seinfeld baseline was going to start playing every time a new character walked in.
There was a part that I highlighted, I think, but it was the first time that Magnolia came on page. Like, we had heard her talking, but like when we like saw her walk in on page, I had like heard the cheer of a sitcom behind me and being like, wow, the girl's on the page. It was so funny. I will say my biggest problem with this book is the first 100 pages. Ursa Dax really just re-explains so much to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Really lays it out as if you've never read a book before. And you're like, girl, I know. I've been here. I get it for the people that might be skipping books or whatever, but I was like, it's too much exposition. Like, I know what's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
I fear a shiver goes down my spine every time they mention that cursed group chat. I believe that at least one of you has said that you really like the group chat. I am weary of the group chat. I am too. I don't like it. It is not earned. The group chat is honestly the one thing in all of these books that does not feel earned at all. These girls are not friends. Like, listen, if Magnolia and Darcy are texting each other, that's about the only thing I'm going to buy into. Everybody else, you are not friends. You don't hang out. You don't know each other. Like, And if it continues in the next book, I'm like, okay, Magnolia and Darcy can be friends. Magnolia and Jaya can be friends. Cool. But also, why is Tasha in the group chat?
Yeah. Also, for the
Not out of a group chat.
yeah,
Free my girl.
it's like saying things in front of your boss that you're like, wait,
Literally,
maybe
it's
we
not
shouldn't.
hitting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do feel like there needs to be like separate group chats. Like there should be the main 3 in a group chat, and then there should be the newbies chat where it's like, hey, just so you know, like if you need to reach out, we're on the same planet, we can talk to each other, but like not have that friend relationship. Because like Darcy really comes in swinging, and it's like, you know, the person that I just met, I'm not really gonna say those things to, especially when I haven't really met you and it's just like through a text chat.
Yes.
Like, it is so out of character for Darcy. Like, if it was Magnolia doing it, or even, like, I would maybe even buy if it was Cherry. But Darcy specifically being like, girl, have you seen the dick yet? I was like, what? Who is this? What do you mean?
Where's the Ice Queen at? This is not her. And also, like, she's so separated from Cherry and Darcy and Fallon. So, like, they're not in the same area. It's like, if you're geographically close, you've met, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
I do want to say I liked when Jaya met Tasha for the first time and was like, thank God a woman who's with it. And Tasha being like, so they have to get married? Like, what the fuck, Ten? Like, that's so, it was so funny. I love that.
She can't be my assistant. Why do they have to kiss?
Literally. But I like
calling him out.
Yeah, I like that one chapter where it's just like Tasha and Ten talking, and he's like, dude, I know that you're seeing what I'm seeing. Like, don't play. Like, you could have said some shit and you did it because you also think that they're good together. So, like,
they had fucking chemistry in that chapter. I would argue more chemistry than they had in the entirety of the last book.
Truly.
In that one chapter, I was like, oh, they are married. Okay.
Yes. Oh my God, when Killian was so pissed, I love that scene with Killian. He's like, what do you mean it was a fake marriage? He looks at her like you look like Garrett looks at you, like his eyes are white, like his eyes are never white. Like, don't fucking tell me it's not a real marriage. Like, I can see it from a picture. I was like, yes. Screaming.
I also
loved him being like, oh, you have a knife. I'm gonna just step in front of my mom really quick.
Yes. Oh, fierce.
I loved that, and that felt very in character, but what I love more is the fact that Jaya, again, was like, respectable, I see it. You see someone strange with a knife and you're standing in front of your mom. You must be a good kid just like Oaken. I was like, what? Thank you. Because, like, I fear for how people react to Killian every day of my life, and to be honest, I almost was not on board with Tasha when she was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, he's a child, get away from him. Like, I was so angry.
12-year-old boy alone.
So, the fact that Jaya was just like, yes, understandable. Let me put the knife down. Hello. Like, I was like, thank goodness. Like, they felt like a good family unit. Like, the 5 of them together really felt like they fit.
And what's funny is we barely saw Garrett.
I know. It was like, where was the king at?
Where was my boy? They mentioned him. He was helping with the shoulder at one point.
Right? He helped right at the end.
That makes sense. But I was like, their house isn't far. She probably should have, like, had a conversation with him. I don't know.
Over for dinner ever?
Yeah.
It was funny though when he finally tells her about like what happened, and she was like, ooh, when I see Garrick, I'm gonna shake his fucking hand so hard.
Yeah.
Ugh. I liked it. I don't know. I also thought that I do think one of the next weaknesses is that she tends to put exposition in very awkward places. But I think in this one, the way the pace and the rate at which JF found out about, like, they're all murderers, okay, but it was when he was a child, okay, but he didn't actually commit the murder, okay, but it was because Garrick did, okay, because, like, that felt very well paced to me.
Yeah. And also I appreciate, like, Warden 10 just being upfront, being like, just so you know, this is where you've landed. It's not what you think. And just, like, gave the information pretty upfront, which he didn't do prior, so I think that's some growth.
You know what tugged at my heartstrings a decent amount, though? Is when Oaken is like, I'm not gonna get married anymore. And she's like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
He hates me.
Like, it was so funny that she's like, did I really fuck up so bad that he has sworn off love because I'm the worst? Oh my god. But more than that, like, it was when she, like, thinks back and she's like, oh, that's why Warden 10 was trying to like warn him off. It wasn't because of me in particular. It was because it's going to be harder for him to find a wife now. And like, I'm glad that we didn't like sit in that for too long, but I thought it was a very nice moment of her like realizing like, oh, there are consequences for him in this. And like seeing her feel bad about that was like another, I think, really nice addition to being like, she really like gives a shit about this guy.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know.
Yeah, unrelated, but I also like at the end with the whole tornado thing. One, like that it's a tornado. Just didn't know they even had those on this planet. That's cool to know.
They got cool colored skies. They got it all.
They got it all going on.
When Tasha sent the message being like, bad weather coming your way, I highlighted. I was like, it's coming. It's happening.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh shit, here we go. But I like that.
And once again, she has to save an animal in the storm, but it's okay.
Well, of
He's
course.
Hey, at least our boy Oaken did not get, stabbed through
Thank goodness.
like a board.
I fear he'd been through enough.
Yeah, no kidding. I like that they found her ship though, because I was thinking, oh, it's gone forever. But I like that they still found it and like incorporated it into the house kind of when they did the remodel. I thought that was cool because then it didn't feel like she had to give up everything.
Yeah, it really solidified like the choice that she was making too, where it's like even before it was gone, she'd made the decision, but she didn't vocalize it, and then it was gone. And so it could have come off very like, well, I have no other option, so I just have to stay with you. But it was like, no, she wanted an out. She had it, and she still wanted to stay. And I think that made it feel more authentic as well.
The moment where she was like, no, send the part back, like, I'm good. I was like, okay. Okay, they're in love. Stop.
I truly, at first, like, me trying to figure out, like, where this book's going to go. Like, how is she going to decide to stay? I was like, is she going to be, like, allowed to leave whenever she wants? And, like, she can come and go as she pleases? But, like, how would that work? I can't really leave.
I also thought it was
love
nice.
When she was like, it's a 2-minute flight to your place, so like we don't have to tell anyone if you want to. You want to just try it.
Letting him fly was so sweet, and I did almost tear up at that part just because like I could not stop thinking about like this is a person who probably the last flight he took was when he was like 7 years old to get sent to a penal colony, and the fact that she was like, yeah, come on, no, who am I gonna tell? I'm no narc. Like I was legitimately like choked up at that.
And the way that he was like, this is what she loves. This is like who she is.
Her and her element. That was so cool.
Yeah. I love that.
I also really liked there was like one line at the very end where after she stays, she talks about how she's like getting to be like good at riding the Shuldu, and she's like, it almost feels like flying. That part I was like, oh my god. Like I really liked that place here.
It's like really like what's here for her. Like she is I couldn't really tell. It sounds like she might be a thief or something. Like working on missions to steal going planet to planet or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like she's a good handyman, but like other than that, she doesn't give farm vibes like the other girls have. And so I was like, what's her place going to be? How's she going to feel like this is home besides Oaken? And I think they incorporated it well enough where it's like she just finds her place. Yeah. I also love that she's the only one with a washer and dryer.
Yes. Oh my god.
I did think it was very nice that like because I mean, and obviously like it's the setup, and I think we'll get it less as the series progresses, but like for the first few books it really was like people with no other options kind of having to learn to deal with their circumstances. And not to say that that wasn't the setup of this book, but like at the end of the Cherry and Sylar book there was a sense of like, you're lucky this worked out.
Yeah, that's true.
And I didn't feel that way about this book. It felt like she very much was like, no, this is a choice in a way that I don't know that the other ones really, I mean, maybe like the Warden and Tasha one, but like the other books really did not super feel like, well, they always had a choice.
Right.
Whereas this one, it very much was like, no, like she could do anything else. And she's actively choosing this.
Yeah. Compared to Darcy, who's like abusive ex-fiance.
Yeah.
Sweet golden retriever. It's like you don't have a lot of choice really because your family's cut you off or the mafia is after you. It's like you don't have choices. But I also really did appreciate Warren 10 being like, last time a human showed up, it was bad news. So like I'm not going to be nice to you. Yeah, just because you're a woman on my planet. Like you need to leave or kiss this man.
Mooch him now or get out of here.
Wear his marriage bangle or get off the planet. Those are the choices. Also, that was cute though, because when he was like, "I made a ring," I was thinking he made a
ring.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, it's like straight up a full bracelet." I was like, "That makes more sense."
I did love though when she was looking at it and she was like, I can tell that someone worked really hard on it, and I have to assume that Oaken worked really hard on it. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, I loved it so much.
I like that she came into this whole thing not knowing anything about like their species or the program or whatever, but like if he said something weird, she just kind of went with it.
Yeah.
You know, like at the wedding with the bouquet thing, she's like, whatever. Like I can tell he cares and he's trying, and so she's good about acknowledging that and not making him feel bad. Like her reaction wasn't so different from the other people.
The booty cake I didn't love. I didn't think it was very funny.
It's never funny. It's never funny. Let's be so clear. It's never funny.
Cunnilinguini or whatever. That one I really was like, I don't even understand what we're trying to say. I was very confused until they got to the sex scene. I was like, what is he trying to say? But I will say the replacement that he had for Goosebumps being like whatever their alien equivalent to Goose being the word, that one I did think was clever. I was like, that's a translation that makes sense to me.
Yes.
That one I think works and doesn't make me question things or go, oh, stop it. Like, it wasn't too much. It was cute. It was quick.
That's the thing, too, I think, for me, is, like, every time they fuck up the word clitoris, which, like, I can't anymore. I can't. I beg, I pray, Ursa, I'm on my hands and fucking knees. Book 6, please do not make me read another fucked up version of the word clitoris. I'm so tired. But like,
at this point, the boys need a group chat where they can just be like, hey.
They do.
Hey, just so you know, future word, this is it.
Tosh needs to get a dictionary in there for these boys. Right. In a translation, like prep or something.
A group chat between the boys would be so fun to see on page. What do they talk about? They don't see each other often, but like they have more bonds and relationships. Anyways.
Okay. One of the things that I think would be funnier, though, or, like, would work better to me, is if instead of, like, it feels very much like, when someone's trying to write a kid, and it's, like, they're just using, like, W's in the place of R's and think that, like, works. That's what it gives to me. Whereas I think it would be way funnier if, like, these guys who have, like, studied this book so hard are using, like, way too medical of language. I want to hear them say labia, and her be like, "What? Don't? Okay, well, okay, like yes, I guess, but don't."
It's kind of like when he said, "You, what was it? You woke up my loins or something."
Yeah,
yeah.
That part was funny.
Yes.
Yeah. And then it was.
She's like, "Thanks, I guess. She's I'm
like,
flattered."
She's like, "What?" And he says it again. She's like, "No, I heard you, King." Like, and then he says it different. She's like, "Oh my god."
And now that's too hot. Like, just both sides of the scale that I appreciate. Like, I think there were some good moments of that where it worked.
Yeah.
And then you could see like somebody says the word bouquet to you, and then you purposely just keep saying different things. That's when it bothers me.
Even okay, like the booty cake thing I did not think was funny, but the bucket thing I thought worked.
Yes.
Where he was like, I didn't want to put the flour in a bucket because I couldn't find any other ones. It was like, okay, this feels like a misunderstanding that like actually makes sense to me.
Yeah, like that makes sense. Like, oh, the translation, they didn't know the word for bouquet, they don't have that in their language, so they say bucket. Yeah. That makes sense. But when you hear somebody say, oh no, hun, it's a bouquet.
Yeah.
And then you go, booty cake. That's when you lose me.
You're stupid, I think.
Yeah, it's like, no, somebody just told you. You're not listening then. And then that makes me think that you're an unintelligent man.
Yeah.
I will say that two things that you said, Richie. The things about Killian and how people write children, I'm very intrigued to see the conversation on You Did Nothing Wrong, seeing as it is like a 6-year-old boy, and how people view Killian and then how people view this little boy. I think it'll be interesting.
Let's get into it.
I do have guys, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this one.
Well, let's hear the thoughts. I want to hear.
Okay. I listen. I'm autistic. 2 of my siblings are autistic. I could not care about anything less in my entire life than how hard it is to have an autistic kid. I do not care. I don't care. And like I know that's a personal thing. I think the book is very well written so far. I think the prose is great. I think that they're like setting things up in an interesting way. I don't care. I don't want to sit through 265 pages of you being like, and I just wanted to look at me and I don't understand why, and why am I such a bad mom to have an autistic? Shut up. Shut up. I can't do it. And like, I know that one of the like trigger warnings in this book was for abuse towards a child. I'm aware of that. I know it's going to be coming from Bren. But I her behavior is the thing that's like actually like as an autistic person triggering to me.
Which I do
Of
think
her,
is
like,
not that it's meant to be triggering, but I do think
Yeah.
that was C.G. Drew's point of being like,
100%.
this is how non-autistic parents tend to act, because they're like, well, they just don't listen. Well, they just aren't doing what they need to do. So I
This is
understand
not
why
a
it's a
flaw
hard
in the
read.
writing. This is just like, for me, I don't know if I can sit in this space for 265 pages. Like, I think like 70 pages in or something like that, and I'm fighting to get through it. And like, I think that they're doing like the one thing that I feel like I'm like, okay, I guess it's more understandable is that she was a teen mom. It's that she's 22 right now with a 6-year-old autistic kid. I'm
What's
like,
with these girls being 22? Why is everybody so young? I was
I
like,
would love for anybody to be an adult.
I was like, can we be grown?
Is an adult in the room with us right
Oh my
now?
god, 22 and 23. Bye. No.
No. But yeah, I think and I think on this one, like, I'll definitely like at the very least hop in the chat when you guys talk about it. But like with this one, I'm like, I don't know if I personally like. I think this is hitting too many things like for me to really rock with it.
I don't
Happy Sunday. Hey, Honey Hayes. Can we pause for a second? Where's my phone? Where's you had a line in I'm so sorry for forgetting the title. In the orc one, oh my god, that I sent in the group chat to the two of them as I was reading this book. Where is it? We text too much. Okay. When you said, okay, girl,
I'm 30 pages in, just so you know. I've started.
It's so good. Time to finish. I'm really having a good time with it. Corvan's strength wasn't the posturing kind she'd seen in Everwatch's militia. It didn't swagger or roar, it simply was. Unquestionable, absolute, a wall of heat and sinew that didn't ask for obedience because it had no concept of being denied. Bitch, you went off with that one. You went off with that one. Immediately screenshotted it and sent it to these two. I was over. Oh, so good. I'm really enjoying myself. Thank you so much for sending that to us. Okay.
Noted.
Locked in on that. That's so sick. I love it.
Yeah, I'm 30 pages in. I was reading it during my 48-hour readathon. I was trying to finish it before today. Time management and all, but I will say with You Did Nothing Wrong, I'm not going to spoil anything in case you do want to keep reading or for Alea to finish. But I will say that it is a lot of the book is just like her and him and their relationship, and it's a lot of that, and it's not like a coming to understanding or something. And I will say that the ending is an interesting twist. I wouldn't call it a twist. I would say it's more of a reveal, I guess.
Okay.
But I would say that if you've gotten this far, you're probably going to be able to predict a decent amount just based off how much you read and how you guys can pick up on things. Yeah. You're probably going to predict a good most of it. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's not enough haunted house in it to really make up for the child stuff. Yeah. And so if you skip it, I get it. Like, it's pretty short, but it is a lot of just trying to go to preschool, staying home for a week, going to an estate sale. Like, it is a lot of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'll try to keep going, but I just wanted to give you guys fair warning that like this for the first time in Big Bad Booty Bitches book club history, I might be DNFing.
That's okay. You could always just like skip towards the end. I don't really think you'll miss that much if you just like read the last 20 maybe %. Yeah. When like the action really pops off, because you're not really getting much in the middle.
Yeah, well, because right now I'm at the part where she like just reached in the wall and was like, "There's blood." Now there's not blood.
Yeah, I'm right past that point.
Yeah, and they're like planning to go to the estate sale. So like I'll keep trying, but I do just I want to be very clear. I don't think this is a flaw in the writing. I don't think that like what I'm saying right now when I'm like I think it's bad is not that I think it's a bad book. I think that it is bad for me where I'm at personally. I think she is doing exactly what she intended to do, and I think she's doing it very well.
Yes.
I just don't think I personally can do it.
Yeah, I think people that are sensitive about kids might be hard for them. I'm not sensitive about kids or parenting. I had a great mom who never did this kind of stuff to me. So when I'm reading, I'm very desensitized to like her grabbing his arm very hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's hard to read. But for me, I don't have like that connection of like, I don't care as much. Yeah. But it is hard. And a lot of autistic people or people that know autistic family members and such have a hard time reading this. Like I was reading some of the reviews and people were like, I don't know because the ableism of the mom and whatnot. And it's like a lot of people being like, hey, just so you know, the author themselves is autistic and is writing from a place of experience. And they're like, that makes me feel a little bit better because a lot of people don't know that. And so it's not like a slight on C.G. Drews because she's doing they're doing an amazing job. But it is hard.
I think the thing for me, because like I know that in my head I was like trying to figure out where I was like, well, why can I handle Andrew Joseph White if I can? Because arguably much worse things are happening to the autistic characters in Andrew Joseph White's books as opposed to in this book, at least to the point that I have gotten to. But I think the thing is they are centered. I think it might also be because
they're older.
Like they're the main character. Hearing it from their perspective, we're hearing how they feel about it, whereas like right now it feels very detached from him. And but I felt the same way about like that movie The Babadook.
A lot of people have compared that to this book.
Yeah, well, because it's about a mom who's like a pretty shitty mom to her autistic son, and that is manifested by a spooky thing happening. Like, okay, I hated that movie too, and I don't think it's a bad movie. I just hated it. So I think that like as I was reading, I was like, I fear this one. I'm not going to have much to say beyond like, it made me uncomfortable, and like while I don't think that is something that like don't send hate to C.G. Drews over it. Like She's telling a story. She's doing it well. She's doing it realistically. I think that it just is not what I want not in my horror.
Yeah, that's one of the cool thing about horror is there's a lot of subgenres to it of like, what kind of horror do you like? A lot of people, me included, I don't like pregnancy books. She's fully pregnant this whole time. And so like, oh great, I get to hear about we're pregnant. This is so cool.
Yeah.
You have had to read so many pregnancy books for this book club.
Here's the thing though, it's so common because it's a horrific part of life. I understand why horror authors pull from it because it's terrifying.
It's gross.
So I get it. But yeah, there's not every horror is gonna be for everybody. And I think this is one where it's like if it works for people, it's gonna really work for them. But I think a lot of people are either gonna have a hard time or be in my boat where the prose is good, predictable, and not that exciting at the end of the day. I think there's some wonderful imagery with the haunted house, but I really just want way more of that. But I will fight back on the people who are reading this and like 15% in and they're like, oh, they keep mentioning how small he is. It must be because his dad, like something about his birth dad is like a paranormal, like cryptid being. And I'm like,
what? No.
So that's where I've been having issues with people. They're like, it must be because his dad is something else.
What?
The
no.
language that they have been using around him, though, does very much evoke like changeling vibes, which I also really don't like.
The fairy stuff or whatever.
I don't. And it's not, again, like, C.G. Drews clearly knows what she's doing. I'm not saying that like she accidentally pulled an ableism, like, but like those types of comparisons, I'm like, ew. I don't feel good right now. But I will say that I think this is one of the horrors that has made me feel the most uncomfortable of any that we've read, and I am going to
I felt
give her
about
full props.
To be human.
I was gonna say that one was harder for me than this one. I think I'm like Sam, where I'm not as sensitive to this stuff, but at the same time, my cousin's autistic, and in some things I was like, this sounds like things I heard from my grandma about like when he was little and I was little and I was a child and so I wasn't clocking anything, but like, it was back in the day. But a lot of that stuff where it's like, I know my aunt had a hard time when he was little, and like other doctors saying stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
Like I heard stories about that. So I don't know. I think the thing that gets me is being in her perspective and the mom talking about how she's trying not to tell her husband about the kid, like the way she's trying to like not have him be involved. It's like, how is your relationship ever going to work? Like you're keeping so much from him.
Yeah.
It's such a weird dynamic that she's like creating here, like trying to keep the kid in this bubble, and I don't know, and like the rich people vibes of the man she married in the house. It's like, this is super, like, she's trying to keep the guardrails on so she can survive, which I get the survival mentality, but
yeah,
it's weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily hitting for me, but again, like, I don't think that it's poorly, like, I think everything that I have a problem with is something I'm intended to have a problem with. Like, I don't think that C.G. Drews is going into this blindly. I don't think that she's going into this with, like, a lack of care for this subject.
Mm-hmm.
I think that just sometimes you find a thing that hits a little too close to home and you're like, I can't. I don't know if I can.
1000%. And nothing wrong with it, too, where it's just like, C.G. Drews is always going to be writing books.
Yeah.
Have you read Hazelthorne yet? Very different. You can always just have a different time. But this is
what is the one that you told me to read? Don't Let the Forest In.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like that one better than this one, Sam?
Yes.
Okay.
I think for me it goes Don't Let the Forest In, Hazelthorne. You did nothing wrong. And then I will be reading Scorpion Deep when it comes out later this year.
Me too. That one looks good.
Yeah.
So I'm just also like a fan. Like, even though this one I've had issues with when it comes to like pacing or just wanting different things from it, I don't think it's doing anything wrong. I think it's just not like my perfect horror. So I'm just kind of in for the ride. But I have a lot of things that I'm like towards, but I don't want to like say too much. I don't want to give it all away. But I will say that I do like the look at motherhood in it, which is interesting. Because although strange way to treat your child, I can also like empathize like with the struggle of like coming to a new country and not knowing how to act and having like your own generational trauma that you're like unsure about, and I can see like how it all comes together, and so like I can at least see the big picture of it. But I do like the way that motherhood is looked at, of being like, this kid's what I got, and this kid will be my kid forever because I love him so much, and I just am doing it bad.
Yeah, I also I fear that as of late, and I think, you know, maybe I know maybe that it's just like a personal thing right now. I am fine with a character having flaws, obviously. But where I'm sitting, I'm really, really fighting for my life watching characters who have some form of like mental illness, implied or not, and it is like forcing them to lose empathy. And I fear that this book had a lot of it, at least what I've read so far. And again, like, I think it was well written. I think it was well done. I think that I personally am like not vibing. So I think maybe if I'm in a different headspace when I try this one again, because I might finish it. I'm gonna try. But
I mean, now that you can like take another month or so, pick it up and see how you feel in a little while, and if it still isn't working, make your guesses of what you think will happen, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. I don't know, Leah. You're at about the same place as me. What are you feeling so far?
I think one of the things for me is the way she doesn't. Well, it came up for me because a similar thing came up in the Ursa Dax books with Tasha and Ten, and when she's like standing up to him, and Jaya is like, I like that she's not afraid of him, and she'll bring stuff up, like calls him out on things.
Yeah.
And the way that this character doesn't do that with her man, just the juxtaposition of that, like her letting him leave a hammer around. And like, I was like, why the hell would you ever do that? Like, even if you had a 6-year-old that didn't have autism, it's not a safe environment, like a physical environment. Like, there's no reason you should be renovating more than one room at a time that he has access to. Like, just that level of like, it bugs me in books when it's about motherhood, or even in real life when it's like, my mom is so overprotective, and like I've been trained that way. Even with my cat, it's like, don't leave anything on the floor. Sam knows, you have pets. It's like,
For
your
sure.
brain is just that way. Like, you're constantly like looking at your environment and being like, is this safe for them? And so to see a parent like not thinking about their kid's safety, for me, is like huge red flag.
Yeah, I stare at
Like,
my
that's
dog
hard to
when he's
watch.
breathing when he's taking a nap, because I'm just like, are you alive still?
Yeah.
Even though nothing's wrong. I just have to be sure.
Yeah, it's that lack of like thinking about your kid's safety. I don't know. Some of it, I do like one part of it though. I think that's the like, she doesn't feel the way she thinks she's supposed to feel about her kid, and I do like those discussions. But I also think there's so much of this where it's like, this is toxic, this is weird, this setup with your man is weird. He should be way more involved with your kid, or aware of what's going on with your kid, like how to de-escalate him, and then you're going to bring a baby into this environment. Like, the whole thing is like, are you thinking rationally? Like, this is not wise.
Yeah, I will say one of the things that I had mentioned about Bren
name
is Bren, my note says that he's caring and attentive at times, but also like avoids conflict, and yet is also a little bit controlling and feels mightier than thou. And so it's weird with him, because at the beginning of the book, like, you can see his love for her, but like it's so detached from her son. But then he's also like, well, you have to delete your social media, and you can't post your kids, and you can't post my soon-to-be kid, and has like weird behaviors in the beginning of the book. But also, like, anytime she gets upset about something, he's like, shut it down, agree, walk away, no conflict whatsoever. Which is interesting, because she's kind of the same way in that way.
I fear Bren gave me rancid vibes from the moment he arrived on the page, and I was never going to like him.
There is so much back and forth. There's a camp of people who loved him from the beginning and really jived with him and like thought he was like hot and good and cool, and then people who just hated him from the beginning.
It gave and listen, I don't know what's going to happen. I have an idea of what's going to happen, but I don't know. It was giving love bombing to me.
I will say that I think the idea that you have is not 100% accurate.
Okay. Because I like...
But it's not like inaccurate either. It's just not like... If we're thinking the same... If I'm thinking what you're thinking, then it's not quite that.
I don't know, because I think that when he first showed up on the page, I was like, he's absolutely going to start hitting her by page 100. Like, no way around it. But then once she had the conversation with the sister, where the sister was like, he's trying to fix things, I was like, oh, maybe this is like a red herring that they're setting up, where it's like, he's not that bad. He is just like a fix-it type of guy. And they're trying to make me think that he's going to hit her. But I cannot tell as of right now, to be honest. What I do know is that I personally think his vibes are rancid.
I can't.
But I also think nobody who's that nice and nobody who's that good is like going to be okay with being this uninvolved in her child's life. And I know that he had the line where he was like, "You gotta let me be more involved, babe." But like, this should have been a conversation that happened long before you were married, long before you dragged her out of her home country, long before it, like, I know that the implication right now is that he knocked her up and they like basically immediately got married like 2 seconds after they met. Like, I understand that, but I'm like, before you get on the plane, you did have time presumably to talk. Like, and so I just, I don't like what they have going on. And I don't know if it's just that it's a bad relationship, or if it's that he's got something darker under the surface. I also think that they're kind of trying to play right now with like, well, he loves the house and the house is like bad, so maybe he's bad, but I don't know.
My thing with the house is like, it's his parents' house. And they're dead. So what's going on there? Because normally the haunted house, it's like, you bought some crusty ass house. Yeah. It's like, this is a family thing. I think the thing that got me was his Brown University sweatshirt. I was like, okay, Ivy League. So what's going on?
Yeah.
So you got the coin. Your parents are dead. Don't know how they died. You have a sister who's also got the inheritance. So what's up with the money? Also, what I was like, why the hell, if you're the wife, the pregnant wife, why would you move out of Australia to go to Virginia? I was like, no, the way you couldn't drag me off that Australian beach to go live in Virginia. And then it's like, okay, she had a kid when she was 15. Where is Jude's dad? She's 22 now. He's 6. You had to get at 15, and then you got this messed up relationship with your parents. You were living with your parents before you met rich kid. What does he see in you?
Is he also 22? Also,
he's 23.
23. Okay.
It's not like he's way older.
Well, but here's my question: is because didn't they say that his parents died when he was like 10? Why is he only renovating the house now? Why'd they only get their stuff now? Doesn't that normally drop when you're 18? Why did it take 5 years?
I don't know. That's a good point.
That's kind of a weird... That was a weird timeline thing for me, where I was like, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, if he had gotten his inheritance when he was 18, which, like, how'd they keep the house around if they've been dead for 13 years? Like, I don't even understand how that happens, really, but I guess I don't know much about, like, wills and that kind of thing. I
was also like, why is the house so messed up? Like, that wouldn't have been the house they were living in when they died. It's too messed up. Like... Yeah. You're living in an old Victorian that's this in need of repair. Like, it doesn't, the math isn't all mathing for me on the setup, first of all. I had a lot of questions about that.
Almost finishing the book, I don't have answers for the math on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about all that business. Yeah. But I don't know. On the one hand, I was like, he seems like he cares about her and seems loving, but she keeps saying like, well, we're in the honeymoon period. Yeah, I can tell because he's obsessed with you and it's making my skin crawl, frankly.
But also, like,
I don't know.
My kingdom for a crumb of characterization for her. What does he love about her besides the fact that he can dig her down and knock her up? Because she has nothing to offer as far as I've seen on the page.
I think what it is
like, you know, my face is gonna like start giving things away.
I think he likes a fixer-upper.
Yeah,
clearly
he's a Bob the Builder ass bitch, and I don't know if I ride with that.
He sure is Bob the Builder, and that's problematic. I think he likes the facade because she keeps saying like she kind of manipulated him into it. Like he likes the fake portrait she's painted of herself for him. She's constantly trying to like fit herself in the box to be what he wants, to be like the perfect wife. Like he wants the white picket fence.
They live together.
She's putting on the facade. She doesn't let him see anything.
Kind of. But he's watching her interact with her son, presumably. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. He might just be deeply stupid.
That's part of it, too.
Real dumb.
I was like, maybe he's just a spoiled rich kid money is clearly not a problem. So it's hard to have problems when you perceive that like you're so rich that you can just throw money at everything. And then he's just kind of like a golden retriever and like doesn't get down about anything, like makes a joke and then moves on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe also some guys just don't have a serious bone in their body. And like maybe he's just one of those. Like he can't be serious for 5 minutes. He's young and rich and does whatever he wants.
I fear some of the issues that I am having with this book is that 22-year-old protagonists are dumb because they're 22, and I am not 22, and I just don't really have the patience for that the way I used to.
It's hard reading adult novels marketed at adults when they're 22, and it's like, well, they feel young to me.
Yeah.
So that's a little much.
Yeah. And like, again, props to C.G. Drews, because I think that this character is dumb in exactly the way a 22, or at least 22-year-old me was dumb. Where it's like, I can easily see why she's going for this. Because, I mean, if the worst thing about it... Well, I'm in a situation with my parents that is so bad they're writing news articles and making podcasts about it. I am running away from the country that I live in because I never want to go back. I have a child who I don't know how to take care of. I had, like, all these things going on. Then, like, it is very appealing to have that sort of, like, Peter Pan boyish, like... Nothing is ever wrong and everything's going fine. Like, I get why she rocks with it. I just am looking at it from the view of a 29-year-old who's like, baby, this is not going to go the way you think it's going to go. It's not going to happen.
I wish she would have been one of those people where she was like, no, you need to hire a carpenter. Can we get that much? Even the way she feels about stuff, she doesn't tell him. When she's like, he's so in love with his house, and she's like, okay, well, I don't feel that way, but I'm not going to tell him that. Like she doesn't tell him anything.
Mm-hmm.
So she's keeping the fantasy alive for him, but it's like she never pushes back when he says stuff. Like she's like, I was really living for that TV installation. And he's like, oh, well, I'm glad that we're not those people who put our kid in front of the TV. And she's like, well, I definitely did before I met you. But like, yeah, for sure we're those people, right? It's like she never is honest. Which also is like hard to read, but I'm kind of glad it's on the page. Like, can we talk about that more? People like not being honest, I guess, with their partner about their feelings because they're trying to make everything perfect,
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting discussion.
I also think it's a thing where it's like, I don't know, I'm personally of the belief that whoever is doing the majority of the child rearing is the one who gets to make the majority of the decisions regarding child rearing.
Yep.
And I fear that was a huge red flag for me, the way he is like so clearly like, yeah, we'll send him to Montessori school and we'll do it. Like, and the moment where like in her internal monologue, she was like, why don't you shut your fucking mouth about my son?
Yeah.
Like, felt so real.
Mm-hmm.
And then she didn't say it. And I was like, again, great character moment, leaves a lot of room for growth. That's awesome. Like, I love a character with a flaw, but it is like painful to read because like I am not of that ilk. I am not the girly who can handle just sitting there and being like, yeah, no, it's totally fine with me that you told your sister private information about my son, like before telling me, asking me, doing anything to indicate that I might, that might come up in the future. And the gall on him to be like, well, no, she knows about him. Okay, well, she's never met him, Diva, so no, she doesn't, actually. She knows what you said. So truly, why don't you shut your fucking mouth about my son?
Truly. Well, and him acting like his sister is the perfect mom, so she should just listen to everything that his sister says. It's like, well, your sister doesn't have a kid with autism. So it's not even in the same ballpark, brother.
Yeah. Hi, baby. Oh,
kitty.
Sorry, a dog was throwing up.
Oh my god.
To throw him outside fast.
Is he okay? Did he eat some weird stuff?
I'm assuming just grass. I don't know. It's Finn. And anytime Finn's over, I swear it's like he's out to get me.
Oh shit. So. Always doing something, huh?
Always doing something. Hello. Cats are happy because now they can be inside though. So
I do feel like this would be a really interesting sort of like double feature of sorts with Chouette though.
Mm.
If you can stomach the CG
while you're in there, just throw in underneath.
Honestly, the Motherhood trilogy. But no, I think that like the Chouette, like the parallels of like in Chouette, her being very cognizant that her daughter is like weird to other people and being like, no, but I like it, but she's gonna keep being weird and you can shut the fuck up about it. And like her being so like strong-willed in that when she's really not that strong-willed in anything else, versus like this character who's like only 22, and like both of them are struggling with like I have this golden retriever ass husband and I do not feel that I match up with what he's got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do agree. Like, I think, Sam, when you texted it to us originally, you were like, I think this would be really good for discussion. And I do agree with that. So I am going to try and push through because I think that this is one. I feel like it maybe has been a minute since we've had one that is good, as good for discussion as this one.
I want to hear Sam's thoughts, but I also know that you're like way ahead and you're dying over there.
It's hard because I want to say so much, but I also don't want to give anything away. Okay, you all have to get out of this room. It's too much.
Sam's got to do with her cat herd. BRB.
Hit the way.
Oh, yeah. This is a harder one.
Yeah. It is difficult. But again, like props, because I think that there are books about autistic kids that read like this, but you can tell the author isn't doing it on purpose. And so I will say, like, I absolutely want to give props to C.G. Drews that it does feel very like intentional and part of the story instead of just like the casual ableism of the author jumping out. So I don't know. I just don't know.
Okay, do we have any crackpot theories?
I'm actually like writing notes as I was listening so that I would have things to say.
Okay. Pop off.
It's mostly just like, yeah, I know, big picture, I kind of was hoping for more shocks and reveals than we get. I predicted 2 of the things beforehand, but I think as much as Bren kind of sucks, I think he's an interesting character to have a perspective of, because it falls into like your horror book trope, but also doesn't at the same time, that I appreciate in a way where it's like there's obviously stuff going on with him, but you actually get to see a bigger picture of it. And then there's a reveal at the end where you're like, oh, interesting. But I really wanted a lot more haunted house than this book gives. And I will say that the pacing at the end has really thrown me off, which is why I'm not able to like give you answers to things of like, I don't know how he got this house, to be honest. I know that his parents died. Not sure how that correlates to a torn down house, but the ending action sequence has a lot of flashbacks in the middle of it. And so I'm struggling with like where in the timeline we are often. And, like it loses momentum because it's like something dramatic is about to happen, flash back to 16 years ago, and then come back and you're like, wait, where were we though? So that's been a bit of a struggle for me, and I'll probably have to re-listen to the last bit of it before our live to talk about it again, because a lot gets thrown at you at the end. But it's a lot of buildup of bad parenting and weird parents.
Yeah. Which, you know, I mean, mining bad parenting for horror purposes is not like new.
No, not at all.
I really know why this one was the one that like hit so hard, because I think we have definitely, first of all, we've definitely read books with worse parents than this.
I think secondly, because you have that autistic angle, and also I guess we have had younger kids? I'm sure we have.
Kid in American Rapture. You remember?
Not really.
Yeah, because I think that he was right around the same age, so I think he would be the only one that would like maybe be younger.
Yeah.
But I think that also was like a kind of a different scene, because that wasn't that girl like 17.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was ever like really a parental relationship.
Yeah.
That the two of them had, because there were older people who were there to kind of take on the load of that, like that teen fucking cop or whatever.
And I think like underneath there were like infants and babies.
Underneath there were babies for sure. And I think I think if we could call anything, it would be, what was his name, like Little Johnny? But I don't feel like he was on the it was the youngest brother where she like put the rock in his pocket.
Yeah.
But I think that was like the only scene that we really got with him.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't really hone in on like.
Well, and also, I mean, she was like 9 when that happened, so I think that was also very. I think arguably, like, it's not a younger protagonist, but I think the youngest character that we've like dealt with in any capacity before this kid is Arlene, and Underneath. But that again was like a weird one where like she's 11, but how long have you been 11? A while. I know what you are. Say it. You know.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of.
And also like the way it was written, it didn't feel like it really like dived in. Like I felt like it handled it with care, where it was like, I'm gonna explain to you the situation, but also like because it's based off a real true crime potentially, like not gonna like over describe it. Whereas this, it's like almost every single page something is happening, and so it gets a little bit exhausting because you're like, again.
As far as because like I know how this conversation started was saying like, how's the kid written? I think he's fine so far. I don't know that I've really clocked anything as being like, oh, that feels too childish or that feels too adult.
Yeah, I think
they're doing a pretty good job of writing him.
I
a 6-year-old autistic kid.
I do think it feels pretty realistic to have like a 6-year-old who is autistic who might act younger and is able to like still like communicate and talk, and it's not like goo goo gaga all the time or like profound, just stunning things that like a kid would never say. Yeah. And so I do feel like the balance is pretty solid, and I do think that the narrator does a pretty good job for giving like a kid voice with an Australian accent and it not being like too much.
You know, it's funny, the Babadook is Australian too.
Maybe this was Babadook was a big inspiration.
Yeah. I don't dislike that. The idea of being like, well, I like the Babadook, but I want to expand on it. However, I fear, and I hate to say this, sorry, C.G. Drews, but I think the Babadook was like probably scarier overall, at least from what I've read so far, because like I am not, the actual horror aspect of this horror novel is really not doing anything for me right now. Granted, I'm only 70 pages in, but also I'm already 70 pages in, you know?
You read Don't Let the Forest In, so you know how like C.G. Drews writes horror in like a botanical way.
Yeah.
It feels kind of
Which
similar
I love.
to The House. Like The House, I think the way that it's written is like scary in a way that it's beautiful. And you're like, wow, the walls are bleeding. And it like really does something in that way. And that's where you feel like the yearning of their book is like in the house.
Yeah.
But I think the real horror is just like bad mom, bad stepdad. And it's like, ooh, okay.
Sometimes the horror was the parents we had. Yeah, I don't know. I feel very ambivalent currently, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
I will say though, if we're feeling like a better creepy kid story, Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman, I still recommend that.
Has been on my list.
Okay.
Incidents Around the House, you said?
Oh, it's already on my spreadsheet for you guys, yeah. Teenager, like I think she was like 17 or 18 when she recorded the audiobook for it. So she like it's written from a kid's perspective, like the whole book. And I think it's probably one of the better kid perspectives I've ever seen in a book.
This looks crazy.
I was a big fan. I love the audiobook. I have been hit or miss with Josh Malerman, but this one really hit.
Not to compare another book to a movie because I simply can't stop myself, but it's kind of giving Coraline.
That's why you're here, actually. That's the only reason we bring you on is because like you have the movies to like, you know.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah. I've got Temptation Island brain. That's all I got in here.
It's kind of giving Coraline in a way that I like. I guess that's a book too.
It is a book too. Good book.
But I have not read the book, so.
Also, I know we were talking about what we were going to read in June for Pride that would also be good for book club, and I had an idea today, and I wanted to share it with you because I know Richie recommended a book, and Sam was like, "Are you going to make me read a book from 700 years ago?" And so I thought of a new release. It's called Herculine by Grace Byron, and it looks good, and I love the cover too.
Ooh.
I do like this cover.
Okay. I don't know if this is anybody else's problem. Is anyone's Google like just so bad now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Every time
remember when Google used to work?
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. And so everything that pops up, it takes me like page 2 or 3 before I see a Goodreads now. Manhunt meets Lord of the Flies.
No, bitch, this is it.
Would that be good? I was in the kitchen today and I was like, I need to tell them that because I was like, I was trying to think of like new horror that's queer that sounded good.
This and kind of is giving Witchcraft and Wayward Girls, but like, okay.
This is cool. No, I'm into it.
I love the cover though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that gets a big old 2 thumbs up from me.
Cool.
How did this come out? Like,
I just
October
opened our
last
text
year.
and it just opened to an image of the book Brownies for My Grumpy Bunny. What do we ever text about?
That was Sam. I'm an innocent.
Boy. Oh
Oh.
boy.
Over my 48-hour readathon that I did last weekend,
Crazy.
I read
You're nuts.
Dating with the Mallows, and I read Scrub Me Daddy. Out of the two, I would recommend Scrub Me Daddy. The sequel, Scrub Me Mommy, is coming out in May.
No, it's not. Sam.
Oh, that's what I was going to say about Ursa Dax is why is there not a single female convict? Is that going to be in one of the other territories? Please, Ursa Dax, give me man trying to escape his life, comes to a convict planet, befriends all these dudes, and like gets with a murderous girl. Please.
Okay.
Please.
Ursa,
yeah,
can I also request?
Scrub Me Daddy, pretty good.
Give me gays.
Yeah.
Give me gays?
Yeah, I just want a gay. Just one. It doesn't need, you can
Yeah.
have your token gay book. That's
No,
fine.
I agree. I think either a throuple, a poly type situation, or just full gay, and then also female murderer.
Just okay. First of all, you're absolutely spitting with the female murderer, but I also think
Yes.
we could perchance kill two birds with one stone here.
I think
Female
that
murderer and its gay would be nice, but also like I think that like having it be like okay, female murderer, and then also one of the male murderers is gay, and so it's like we got to start the husband program, baby.
Yes.
And I
would love that.
I would also love if one of the women who comes to the planet, like was a murderer on her planet. And so she's like, oh, you killed somebody? Well, me too, King.
That would be so fun.
What about it? Like, give me that in a throuple in one, and then the gay one too. That's what I want. I want the murdering female lady in a throuple, and then the other, and then the
murdering.
Gays. Let's get
it. we just have one couple. Murdering female human lady, murdering female alien lady, and then a man's there too because that's fine. But then we get gay, then we get murdering female, then we get everything. We
there it is, right there.
We've done Ursa. We're take it for free.
Why do I feel like
You're
Ursa
welcome.
Dax is gonna be like, I'm done with the series, on to the next thing, and it's gonna be us writing fanfic of like, not true fanfic, but like our alternate universes of all these different people. But I do want like adult murderer, like she murdered somebody as an adult, fully conscious, and said,
"Oh yeah,
off to the planet."
Okay, hear me out. Killian's wife is fully a female murderer. I think that would go hard.
And he has to.
She's more of a baddie than him, and she's like, "I'm going to put you in your place, King."
Oh
Don't
yeah,
mess with me.
and he's not gonna know what to do.
Domesticated because he has to calm her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they have like a herd of goats. Yeah, for sure.
Can I say, you said fanfic, and it did remind me that I was looking through old files on my computer the other day, and I fear I found my Hunger Games fanfiction from 7th grade.
Why do you still have that?
I cannot wait for you to send me that. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. I have the only Hunger Games fanfic that I probably would have ever read. I know the second or third book is The Mutt. I don't remember what the first one was called. But I did send it because they took it down off AO3 and then had a free download on their Patreon. And so I just grabbed it. The PETA games.
The what?
That's what's called. PETA games, The Mutt, and Throwing Sparks. It's like it's the Hunger Games from his perspective.
Oh.
And people say that's really well written. So
T.
I fear that I cannot send this to you lest I die of embarrassment. It is only 12 pages long, thankfully.
12 pages, nothing.
But
we can read it and discuss it next month.
Oh my god. We do have to discuss what we're reading next month. I'm assuming we're reading another Ursa Dax and also talking about the CG Drews again. I don't.
Next month, the next Ursa Dax, the rest of the CG Drews and my Hunger Games fanfiction.
Oh no.
Listen, I will say that I did not read it because I was too embarrassed, so it would actually be fresh for me. I did find the file, but I didn't read it. But I will also say that I maintain that I think my idea was pretty good as far as fan fiction goes. So shout out to 7th grade me, because I don't know if y'all are familiar, if y'all have read The Hunger Games,
I sure
but
have.
I decided to write about Annie Cresta's games. And I think that I was like, okay, 12-year-old me, we love that for you, actually. I think that's pretty fun, because I was like, well, what happened to make her go insane? Because the only line we get is that she saw her district partner get beheaded. And my little 12-year-old ass was like, well, I'm simply writing it myself. And like, okay, we see that for you, kid. I bet it's bad, though. I bet it's pretty fucking bad.
Here's the thing. I don't think I ever published my One Direction fanfic, so I don't have access to my Wattpad account anymore, but it's still probably in there. So, we all have our skeletons or whatever.
I don't have any skeletons, actually.
Oh,
I'm skeleton free. This is just y'all got some skeletons.
I just read a line and it was really bad. I can't send this to you guys. Oh no.
We knew it was going to be bad. Did you think it was going to be good?
Well, I was hoping it wouldn't be like the worst.
Well, I was hoping that I was like kind of eating with it.
I also think it's so funny. I am blasting through this shit. I fear I may have written the full games in 12 pages. I think because I'm reading
to know how they were decapitated and then you moved on.
I'm reading a paragraph right now, and like this is one sentence where I have like 8,000 parentheses, which also so very 12-year-old of me. But I say, we go through everything we have to. Stylist, 3 hours later, I've never felt so abused, but I suppose I look decent finally. Training, I get an 8, Ren gets a 9. Interviews, Caesar's hair is lavender. The chariots, we were dressed as giant ugly fish. It was hideous. And finally, the ride to the arena. Okay, so that was like 6 chapters in the original book that I just busted out in a sentence. So I fear this is the whole game. I think so.
I don't know.
There's a lot of dialogue in here, though, and I'm terrified.
Oh, fair. I think that was the most fun to write.
Not Richie unearthing their 12-year-old fanfic.
Yeah, I can send it to you guys.
Oh my god.
Ugh. But I did feel it was important to let you know that. That said, I think it would be extremely fun to do like one of these book clubs where it's just like our own writing. Like, I think that would be so fun.
I have a lot of projects that I have started.
I could send you shit from when I was in college if you want.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I'm like, I don't know that I want I don't know that I want good stuff. I don't know that I think it would be fun to just like critique each other's, poetry or whatever, but I do think it would be fun.
I didn't say it was good. It's still bad. It's just more recent, which is worse, actually. Because I can't be like, oh, I was 12.
Pages for one of my writing projects. And that's kind of it, but I'm sure if I could find a way into my Wattpad, I can find you things. I just don't remember the emails or passwords.
I've got things I could show you, but I don't think you want to read that. Because it was before I was even 22, so it was rotten, actually.
It was absolutely rancid.
Yeah, unfortunately, my poetry as a child or middle schooler kind of slapped. She was put in competitions and whatever, but I could not tell you how to write a poem right now.
That's the thing, is like, okay, back when I was 16 and getting published, and then I look back on those poems and I'm like, they published this?
Right.
Yeah.
Down bad, huh?
But yeah.
Also, okay, wait, we're reading Zorro's book.
I also think that we could all each take one of our ideas for Ursa Dax AU, write it, and then we present it.
Honestly, I fear we should start that now, and then that can be our celebration when we finish, because in September the 9th book drops, so we are going to have a break post-September. And I fear that it would be extremely fun to do, like, and this is Sam's Ursa Dax book. Like, I think...
Yeah, no, we could do like a Halloween edition, a Thanksgiving edition, and a Christmas edition.
Tea.
Absolutely.
Although, we will also read the novellas for Christmas, so we at least have something
to
snack on.
Yeah, I do get to read, yeah. Dang.
Oh, fun. I'll start thinking.
I love also the absolute gall of me to plan out something like this when I fully started reading the books for book club this morning, as if I have the time to write an Ursa Dax book. Girl, who okay.
All you have to really do is just text to speech, just like as you're walking around the house, and you got ideas, just start speaking them down. That would be great.
That's crazy.
Oh, funny.
Also, I fear Sam's gonna be upset because next book is Zorro's book, which is a pregnancy thing, and then we're also going to talk about the CG Drews. So,
yeah,
that's
I would say
brutal.
the pregnancy in CG Drews isn't actually like that. We don't go to the doctor's appointments or anything. It's just like,
that's good.
Hey, by the way, I'm pregnant. It's not really like a thing.
It's not. You weren't meant to be human.
Yeah,
that was intense.
It's not that.
Yeah. I would feel worse about us reading that. I was like feeling bad about it when we were talking about it, and then I remember that I fully was not the one who suggested it, and I was like, never mind, I don't feel bad anymore. Actually, I've changed my mind. And
well, we also made you read Mayfly, so we've also all read some nasty things.
I want to say, like, out of the books that I have in like our horror thriller column, I would say good majority of them are about like motherhood and pregnancy, because it's just like
we probably need to
we've gravitated towards.
Revamp that.
Well, you have access to the spreadsheet now, so you can always just add whatever.
Okay, I might look at it and add some stuff because we can only do so much of that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got other stuff too.
It's kind of been the year of moms a little bit.
Yeah,
and I
we
think
didn't need
we've
it.
done that now. Can I throw my hat in the ring that like I actually really do want to do the tier list of the best and worst.
I kid you not.
Boyfriends.
I have started making one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I fear I wouldn't even remember them all.
I don't. So I'm gonna have to do a couple research things because I don't remember all of the men, but I remember like a decent amount. But I do have a list of all the books that we've read together.
Yeah. Is it going to be the books that just the three of us have read together, or are we going to include books that like you two have done?
I think we can include books that we've paired off because I have those on my list as well.
Okay.
I'm like somewhat organized.
Yeah, because we have the dude. There wasn't really a dude in Mary, which is kind of crazy. Shout out to Nat Cassidy. Love you, baby.
Right.
Yes.
And actually, was there a guy in When the Wolf Comes Home? Not really.
Well, the dad.
Matthew. Thanks.
Yeah.
But
also,
like
another boy.
Dating.
Young boy.
Young boy. Yes.
Yep.
Who I think was maybe written worse than this one.
Worse, but was fine.
Yeah. Wasn't offensive to me, but
yeah, did not piss me off.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
What do we have? We have that bumfuck from Chouette. We have guys.
I think the man from Layla, Brent's Countryman. That's one of the worst guys we've read. Terrible.
It's on site. Ooh.
Absolutely on
Leeds
site.
When I Find You.
I forgot his name was Leeds. What a stupid name.
Guys, they dropped the Verity trailer at CinemaCon last week, but they haven't released it to the public yet. And I'm gonna kill someone. Just give me the trailer. I just want to see Josh Hartnett being weird, please.
I think at this point we have to watch it together.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say the character's name for the CG Drews one? Her name is Elodie January. At the beginning, I was like, Colleen Hoover called and wants her name back. Get out of here.
Yeah, his name is Ren January.
I'm not saying this to say that it's any better, but I am saying the name is pronounced Elodie, like melody without the M.
Okay, I guess that's
but I don't think
better. But
I don't think
you also have to say it in an Australian accent.
Ooh, Elodie.
Elodie.
I couldn't even try. No.
What's that?
I do think that I could also just play a part of the audiobook, but
yeah, I didn't listen to the audio
at the beginning because
I think the Australian accent
January is rough.
That was bad. I was like, don't hit me with that.
Yeah. It is so funny how we are willing to accept absolutely anything at all from these monster smut books, and then the second we read a real book, our like critique hats go on, and I do love that for us. That we're like, we have so many critical opinions, and then we read these alien smut books, and we're like, it was so cute. Did you see he gave her socks?
I gave a criticism that is sometimes a little repetitive and written a little too.
Well, that's just the
and
truth.
Alea did
I have to everything too much.
Have you in this talk, have you managed to formalize more of your thoughts on why this one didn't hit for you, Alea?
I'm starting to think it's because I like the guys that are either really stoic or are more sassy. And the ones that are golden retriever, I'm like, you're a little boring to me. I'm sorry. Because they're too nice and I just want more of a fight. I think that's a me problem. I don't think that's the book at all.
You know,
I think that's
funny?
genuinely just
Alea
Alea's got a type and doesn't
men.
like when it's not on the page. I think that's my problem.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the book's fault.
The thing is, Alea goes out, dates a good man, marries a good man who's just like solid and nice, looks for problematic men in the books. Richie and I, horrible taste, great taste in books.
Well, it's not that. I don't want them to be problematic. I just want them to have an attitude.
Messy.
I guess.
I
don't know what that is.
Need to say I got absolutely dragged by my coworkers the other day accidentally because I was like, yeah, this guy who I was like kind of trying to see, and one of my coworkers went, oh, was it the guy who like, and described something, and I was like, no, it wasn't that guy, I was after him. And then like another of my coworkers was like, oh, is it the guy who did this? And I was like, no, that's a third guy actually.
And they're like, so your track record is
Straight up. Straight up, yeah. Which Alea knows better than most, that my track record should be studied by scientists.
Truly.
But,
I mean, we've all got the track record is often not good.
It's not.
I
great.
think
It's not.
So.
But I will say that I think that you use that track record to grow and change, and I use that track record to be like, maybe I'm a lesbian.
I mean, you still grew and changed, brother.
I think it'll depend on the taste of the women if they're equally trash or not.
You know, they're bad. They're different. Hey, they are different.
Well,
they are not dangerous to my physical health in an immediate sense. So that's an improvement.
I guess that's good. Doesn't mean they're not crazy, though.
Yeah, they're absolutely crazy. But also, here's the tea. They're dating me.
Well,
what, am I going to date a normie?
Yeah. They saw that mullet and they were like, yeah, that's for me. So that's a certain level right there.
They said, the rat tail? I think I can rock with this one. And then I was like, actually, I am a poser. That and speak on that.
Yeah, truly. Truly it's that. I don't know. There's something about these golden retriever men. I'm like, listen, you're nice and like that's great. But I just wanted him to be like, listen, I want you to stay. So if that part comes, I'm gonna go bury it on my property. And good luck trying to find it because you're not leaving. Yeah. So sorry about it.
Sorry about it is crazy.
Only the opposite of us does not want them to have a choice.
Truly.
I just want more.
Said, I'm gonna tie you to the bedpost.
I don't know. I wanted more banter. I think that's why I like the Warden 10 one, because there's more attitude and banter there. And I like Garrick because he's so stoic, but he's also like always has something to say. Like Killian is like doing some shit. Or like when Killian was like, the goat's not listening, and Garrett's like, yeah, imagine that. Like that's what I want in all of them. Right? I want the like under the breath side comments. I think that's funny.
That's
okay.
fair.
We've read what was this? The fifth one?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one was Sylar and Cherry. The second one was Fallon and Darcy.
Mm-hmm.
The third one was Garrick and Magnolia. Oops, I put it in all caps. Not Garrett, Garrick and Magnolia. The fourth one is Ten and Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fifth one is Oaken and Jaya or Jaya. We still haven't figured it out. You guys got a ranking in your head?
Of the men?
Not of the men, of the books.
Oh, the books?
Yeah.
I think so.
What is it?
I think okay, what did I say last time? Did I say I liked the
I remember, girl.
Did I like the Garrick one more than the Warden 10 one, or was it the other way around?
I fear last time we both liked the Garrick one more than the Warden 10 one.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so I think it's Garrick, Warden 10, Darcy and Fallon,
Okay.
Cherry and Siler, and then this one.
Whoa.
Wow.
I think that's where I'm at.
Crazy.
That's where I'm at.
What about you?
I think it would be Oaken,
Okay.
Garrick.
Okay.
See, I fear recency bias might come into play for my third one.
Yeah.
Right.
Because part of me wants to say Cherry because it really did kick off the series, and I thought it was fun and funny, and because it was fresh, the like formula hadn't gotten to me yet.
Right.
But I also want to say that Warren 10's book because I liked seeing the other characters that we're going to see in the future, and that really excited me. So I guess for that, like the world building of it, Warden 10,
so Warden
Cherry,
10,
Fallon, and Darcy. Which sucks, because I really love Fallon and Darcy's book. I had fun when I was reading it, but just like in comparison, it's not quite as up there anymore.
Yeah.
So I remember when we were talking about that one, I said that I preferred Cherry's book more than Darcy's. And so I do think that it's just kind of falling lower and lower.
I fear mine is Garrick and Magnolia, Oaken and Jaya, Siler and Cherry, Fallon and Darcy, and 10 and Tasha, which is not what I expected it to be, but I think that is where I'm landing.
Yeah, I think if Tasha and 10 didn't go to the other colony or whatever they're calling it, and like meet the 3 bachelors, was it 3 or was it 4? Oh, I think it was 4.
3. 4? Well, 3 and then the warden.
Yes.
Yeah. Who I didn't like.
We don't like.
But I did like the 3 bachelors. And so for like I feel like I love plot and I love world building.
Yeah, that's fair.
And for that reason it was good, but them as a couple, not as much.
Okay. I'm doing math here.
Incredible.
They're pretty close, to be honest, a lot of them. There's a very clear winner, and then the rest of them are like pretty neck and neck.
Yeah.
But it does appear that Tasha, Sylar. Okay, so it appears. Oh, I hate to say it. I hate to even say it. That in last place is my boy Fallon. And my girl Darcy. But with 12 points out of 15, we're going with golf scores, so that's not great. And then in 4th place is Sylar and Cherry. In 3rd place is 10 and Tasha. Sylar and Cherry had 11 points. 10 and Tasha had 10 points. Oaken and Jaya are next with 8 points, and then with 4 points, Garrick and Magnolia wins in a fucking landslide.
Yeah, I think that checks out
there. Yeah, that was just so good.
It was so good, and we got Killian, and
yeah,
it was good. I think this one too. This one didn't have as much world building, and they didn't go places. I like when they go somewhere and they have to share a tent, or they're like traveling, and it's like that forced close proximity. And I also like the like nursing somebody back to health when they're injured. So if it has those, I tend to like it more too. And this one didn't have that either. That's not shade. It's just the truth.
I fear I might have figured out why I like this one as well.
Why?
I was just thinking, I was going to be like, oh, I really like the scene, though, when Oaken, like, picks her up because she's got blisters and she's in pain and he, like, carries her. And then I was like, oh, that's so Twilight-coded. So I fear that might have something to do with it.
Isn't that rough when you have to be like, wait, but why do I like this? And then you're like, oh, it's just all a me problem. God.
Well, I will say, I think that's one of the nice things about this series in general, is that while they are extremely predictable, it is basically just slotting in tropes into the same story over and over again. So there really is a book in this series for everybody. I really do believe that. Because I mean, in the same way that Oaken and Jaya was Sam's first and Alea's last favorite, like... I think that there is definitely something to be said for all of them, for someone.
Yeah. I think if we like really like narrow down like what tropes we like I like friends to lovers.
And yeah, I don't like friends to lovers as much.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I think it just like, what kind of tropes do you like? Do you like the only one tent trope? Do you like friends to lovers? Do you like enemies to lovers? Do you like?
I don't think that we've really done an enemies to lovers yet.
Not really.
Which I fear is when the second warden is going to come in, and I'm going to spend that entire book being like, "Girl, run! Girl, run! Girl, run!"
Red flag, red flag. Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to go.
I feel like that might be the first book that we like talk shit on.
Yeah.
Because he sucks, bro.
It was such a bad introduction, and it was so clear that Ursa Dax knew it was a bad introduction by the way she kept being like, but he's hot. Not for me, but for someone.
Yeah.
And it was like,
I think she's going to end up retconning him a lot.
I hope she's the first female murderer, the one who falls in love with him.
Oh, I hope she tries to kill him. If she doesn't try to kill him, it's a 0 stars.
I do love a knife to the throat scene.
Yeah, let's see it.
See, that's what I'm saying is like, let's have her be
also an OBGYN. So like,
I hope so.
If she is an OBGYN, then she's probably like bubbly and nice.
Sunshine. Ew, 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 ew. Girl,
I want somebody to fight him.
I truly. You know what? I actually think of the girlies we've seen so far, if I had to pair one with this fuck-ass warden, I think Cherry would have been the one.
Oh.
I think Cherry would have been the one to be like, fuck you.
She would come in with her frying pan and been like, let's 100%.
Go.
Yeah.
Imagine our first divorce is actually Skylar and Cherry, and it's because they've spent time together. Now they realize as there's more opportunities, they've found somebody better. And hers is a fuck-ass award.
If they break up Skylar and Cherry, he better be fucking gay. If they...
Oh, they're not gonna.
Love's not real.
Imagine if the mean warden was gay.
I'd kind of like it.
It's so funny how, like, last time we were like, well, he simply has to leave. The OBGYN won't have enough work here, so he has to just go.
Yeah.
And now we're like, well, I guess we can find something for him.
Well, okay, like, listen, the fact that we know that he's going to get a book, I think is a struggle for me. But here's the thing, too. I think part of the reason why I don't rock with the Warden 10 book as much is because I really liked him and really had very high expectations for that book. And because I was like, well, I'm already very into what he's got going on. I'm already very into what Tasha has going on. So this is going to be great. And then it just like did not live up to what I wanted it to be.
Objectively,
so I think this could be... I think that this could be a book that like surprises us with how much we like it. Whereas like there have been a lot where it's like, because I feel like maybe that's another problem. I don't mean to speak for you, Alea, but like that could be another problem, is that we kind of knew what we were getting into on this one because we know Oaken, so we knew that he was just going to be nice, and then she was going to be like, wow, he's so nice, and then they were going to get married, and then when that happened, it was like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think also because we knew him, I feel like I had high expectations for this, and I feel like it didn't hit as much as I wanted it to hit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I do think I want to go back and rewatch all of our reactions to these individual books so bad, because I haven't done that yet actually with these ones, and I really should go back and just like lock in on like what we've been saying so far about these, so that I know that when we go into the next one.
I think the next one is going to be interesting because we don't know about this girl that Zorro is going to have this romance with. We just know he's a doctor and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And I want to see how he handles this baby that's not his, and if he's going to be really territorial about that.
Yeah.
And also, what if it's not a human baby and it's like another creature?
A different alien?
I want that so bad. I just want the tea.
Chimera? Yeah. I think one of the novellas, if she's like from a Laura station, it could truly be anything. Because they have like bug people and the Chimera and orcish type guys.
Mm-hmm.
Could be fun. Are you coming or not?
Yeah, I want to know what's going on there. And how does she get there? Is she like running from her baby daddy? Is that why?
Ooh. Well, because we have finished it. We're done with the first arc. Like we did it, right?
I think so. I think this is technically the second arc.
Yeah.
Of this.
Which like after Zorro?
Which I think is a little crazy. I think that this is a better ending to the first arc. But I do actually, okay, I do remember the last time we were like, it's weird to have Oaken after Warden 10, but I think it actually added a lot with him being like, well, now, like, the trial period is shorter and they're going to know, and, like, having that be an obstacle for him where it's like, it's going to be objectively harder for him to find a wife, I actually really liked. And so I you know, Ursa Dax, that's on me. I should have trusted the process because I actually.
Yeah, but he doesn't know anything.
Well, also, it made sense because Warden 10 and Tasha had to go see Oaken because that was the only person she hadn't met yet. So it made sense.
Yeah, I actually
think it was fine and good, and we
done.
Talked shit, and we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And we're wrong for that. So sorry.
But I do also like that because now they're neighbors, so that you're kind of getting to see like a fuller picture of everything. Whereas like Sylar and Cherry is so isolated; it's just them, and so I think it's like nice to be like, community, because I think that's where this book, like this series, has kind of lacked, where it's just like they have a friend, kind of, sorta. Whereas this is the first time where it really felt like this could actually like become like a place of community.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool.
Which I do think that it appears that might be improved upon in this second arc that we're coming into, because like we saw the guys at the bar. We know they have the bar, which is like a community.
There has to be a purpose for a saloon.
So there has to be at least some indication of community in that. Whereas it's like when the boyos we already know want to hang out, what do? Pop over to Warden 10's? Like they don't really have a place to congregate.
That's true.
And so I think that we might get more of that, and especially since we're doing the fucking alien speed dating. Also, can I say, what if it's not a human woman? What then? What if it's another alien woman?
Would they do that?
I don't know why they wouldn't.
I don't know.
They're already breaking the rules in every other conceivable way on this fucking colony. So, like,
I don't know.
And I fear that Ursa Dax would be like, oh, the girlies don't want to read about an alien woman.
I do.
Yeah, I will say that even the Christmas specials are different types of aliens, but still human women. So
I would be down.
For sex purposes, it's like you can't really envision yourself as the main character if it's another species.
I don't need that. I want to read about the different aliens. I'm not trying to self-insert.
Yeah. Well, I also think that
I'm so excited. Book 9 is about Zenit.
Zenit, the
blue guy? The bartender?
I was just going to say, Zenit, the one with one arm.
I think so.
Yes. Okay, what's it called?
It's bounded by the alien buckaroo.
Okay. Okay.
Will our favorite alien buckaroo Zenit end up with someone normal to balance him out, or bound to someone even weirder than he is?
That's rude as hell.
No, he's not the one with one arm. He's the chaotic one.
Yeah. So I think book 10 will be the one-armed. No, Sylar's not Sylar. The saloon guy is the one-armed guy, right?
Yeah, he already has one, I think.
Yeah. So saloon owner has one arm.
Yeah.
And then we're getting the warden, and then we're getting Zenit. And
then we're getting the red guy after.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we're getting the chaotic neurodivergent one.
He is a chaos gremlin. This is true.
Sorry, I just read that the next one is she's fucking 23 and pregnant again. What the hell is going on?
Why is everybody so young?
Stop being babies.
You know.
Yeah, smitten by the alien saloon owner, book 7. Hell yeah.
That's gonna be yours.
Yeah, because it's our two disabled people in one book.
Oh my god, I forgot. Kill me.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she has like chronic pain or something, or like headache
she does?
or something, and so they of course have to be paired together.
I see.
Yeah.
I will say, these books. How do I say this? It's interesting to me the care that Ursa Dax is putting into making sure that not all of the human women are white.
I was thinking about that in this book. When he says his favorite color is brown, I kind of wanted to cry. His favorite color
is brown, but I was like, I don't know if I liked that.
I don't know about
a little weird.
I read it as him saying more about her eye color because they were looking each other in the eye. So I was thinking like his favorite color is like her eye color rather than her skin tone, but
which, yeah, I think is nice, but, like, it was like they were looking each other in the eye, but they had also said something about, like, her, like, it was either, like, her hair or, like, her skin or something like that before, and I was like, "This is kind of weird." Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
thought
if
that
I
too.
would be complimented by that. I mean, like, I guess, listen, I'm a white person, so, like, people of color sound off in the comments. If a dude looked at your body and said his favorite color was brown, would you be
Yeah.
offended?
I think
it's
my
a little
romantic
weird.
part's being like, how cute. He's like saying you're my favorite color because like he loves her so
Yeah.
much. But
Yeah.
I do think it'd be weird if a man was like, your skin tone is my favorite color. I'd be like,
Yeah.
are you trying to take my face? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's giving Silence of the Lambs. I don't know if I
But
rocked with that, but
I will say that I do
whatever.
appreciate the diversity that she's got
Yes.
curvy women, she's got women of color, and it's not like,
Yes.
on Terror Tribe 2, there's so much racism. Like, she doesn't even tackle any of it. It's just like, I'm a human.
Which is why I think this series is primed and ready to be gay. Ursa, your name is Ursa Dax. Don't even tell me you're not a part. Listen, I see you. Give me a gay. Damn it.
Give me a gay.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's keep talking. I've started going down the rabbit hole of like finding books to talk about, and then I remembered a title, and then I got excited. So we'll get
Well,
to
what
it.
was it? Share with the class. Jeez
Have
Louise,
you
leave
heard
me
about
hanging.
Spoiled Milk yet?
Spoiled
what?
milk?
I have it somewhere.
What do you got? No, I haven't. What is that?
It's a new horror book that came out. An untimely death of a student at a girls' boarding school turns out to be the first in a haunting series of escalating supernatural events. A thrilling gothic debut about teenage repression, queer desire, and the everyday horror of coming of age.
Well, that
cute.
sounds good.
I like that cover.
Isn't that cover dope?
That's really
I got
pretty.
this from Aardvark because I liked the cover so much. But either I will read and let you guys know, or it'll be contender because I got really excited about it. And it's also historical, which could be hit or miss.
Yep.
Stop. Wait, I'm sorry. I just looked at I'm looking at the novellas, the Ursa Dax novellas. Tell me why the orc is named Archibald. That's so funny. That's so funny. Hell yeah. They don't even say that the Chimera apparently doesn't have a name. He's nameless, but the orc, they describe him as the absurdly named Archibald. He runs a pub next to her bakery. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing for Christmas? Reading those?
Yeah, there's 2 of them, and they're novellas, so I think we could easy bust through those.
I've read the one, and I
good to me.
don't remember a whole lot about it, but I remember liking it.
Cool.
They work at a coffee shop together, and that's just like, it's like Legends and Lattes, but so much better.
Cute.
Okay.
Also, I think that we should start employing Honey Hayes as our Ursa Dax fill-in of like
Actually, factually.
Every idea that we start spitballing, they'll just have to write. A 78-year-old woman getting bitten by a big blue alien stud? Why not?
I want to read. Yeah. Yeah. Let us know.
Also, I think, okay, so we know we're going to run out of books for this series, and we know what we're doing for Christmas, and we know what we're doing for June. We're reading that one horror book and maybe an Ursa Dax because we'll still be in it with that. Yeah. But I also want to read that doll one.
Okay.
That we talked about before. I think it comes out in August. She's a doll.
We could read that for September because the 9th book doesn't come out until the end of September.
Yeah. There's also Wretch by Eric LaRocca.
Yes.
That looks good too.
Hey, you tell me what to read, I'll show up, you know?
Cool.
I'll also start looking to see if I can find fun, smutty books.
We also have the series by Leonie Riley with the aliens, the duology.
Yes.
And that looks good too.
What's that one the with the super long title? I got abducted by aliens and now I'm trapped in a rom-com.
Oh.
Yeah, I read that one.
The one is I punched an alien and now we're in couples therapy.
Yeah.
Did you like that one?
I liked the
Lemmings.
Yeah, I liked the first one. The second one, I think is going to have a similar vibe to the warden we don't like, where that guy's really awful. I mean, he's worse than the warden. He's awful.
Okay.
You said that he like killed somebody on page? No. Or sexually he did something crazy.
Whoa.
He killed somebody.
Okay, yeah. I remember you mentioned that he like did something kind of crazy.
He tried to kill some other people.
Rehabilitate him.
The girl he's with tried to kill him in the first book, and that's why they're in couples therapy.
That's right.
Because it's a similar like bride program sort of a thing, except way messier than this Ursa Dax series. So they're trying to make it work with him. But he's like straight up a villain. Like, yeah. He was like a war general in a past life. He's like a bad dude.
Did you read the Mead Mishap series yet?
No.
I would recommend that trilogy. I think it's cute. If you're wanting something a little bit, I think if you enjoy Tusk Love, then you'll enjoy the Mead Mishap series.
Okay.
I think I prefer Tusk Love over the Mead Mishap, so maybe like flop it. But I think that Tusk Love has like the better bodice ripper of it all, whereas Mead Mishap is like fun. There's plot, there's travel, but it's smutty.
Okay. Good to know.
Also, I would like to bring everyone's attention to Black Flame by Gretchen Felker Martin.
I'm sorry, to what?
Black Flame.
Flame, okay.
Gretchen Felker Martin. This author I'm like so with. Like scary stuff. Intense
I'm reading that book very soon. I have a copy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm really excited. Cover. I like that author a lot. Actually.
Blending splatterpunk with deep cuts in queer culture made me nervous, though. I'm not gonna lie.
What, too close to home or something?
No, listen, here's the thing, is that, like, whenever something touts itself as, like, having a deep cut, I'm like, it better be a fucking deep cut, brother. I'm not sitting here reading 50s lesbian pulp novels for you to tell me that this 2025 release is a deep cut. Don't play with me.
If it's not Mayfly, we're not listening.
If it's Mayfly, my ears are closed.
I also found this book called Hemlock, and it says it's a woman haunted by a dark inheritance returns to the woods where her mother vanished in this queer gothic novel, A Butch Black Swan, which just excites me.
T. Okay.
I want to read.
Have y'all heard of A Game in Yellow by Haley Piper?
That's on my list for you guys to read.
Wait, hit me with that title again?
A Game in Yellow.
I don't know if I've heard of that.
It's interesting. I would love to get your take on it, Richie, because...
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, okay, that makes me nervous. A Game in Yellow, okay.
It's based on a play called The King in Yellow, I think.
Yeah.
Where, like, basically when you read a page of it, you just get this, like, euphoric high and just eroticness going on. They're trying to spice up their already pretty kinky relationship because her libido's down.
Okay.
That's
because
kind
it's
of
sapphic, it feels less weird.
Okay.
Interesting decision. Okay,
can I say something that's like not this is not that related, but as I was reading a couple of the reviews of stuff, I am so deeply tired, just in a general sense in the book world, of women who are like, I only read MF or MM romance. Like, am I crazy to say that that's like homophobia for real?
I read whatever.
Male romance, because
It's not
Of
even
hockey?
that
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
weird.
even that you read male romance to
Or maybe.
although listen, we could talk for a while
About
about
that.
that, but like it is like this weird thing with I remember Alea, I don't know if you remember, but when we were at the bookstore, do you remember that girl who was like asking me about gay romance and I recommended one that was sapphic and she looked at me and she went, "Ew."
I don't remember that, but that also
I think
doesn't
about her every day of
surprise
my
me
life.
though.
But that's the thing
Yeah.
is I feel like it's so
Okay.
prevalent, especially listen, not me constantly hating on book talk girlies, but like I just feel like it's like y'all are weirdos for that. If you're only willing to read gay male fiction and not willing to read lesbian fiction, I do think that's homophobic. I do
And
think you're
also,
being
they're not
homophobic.
reading the gay fiction from male authors. It's all from
No.
female authors specifically.
It's
Mm.
weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weirdo behavior. It's freak behavior, and I think it's nasty, and I
It
don't
is
like
weird.
it. And I have just seen a couple more on that, and or a couple more reviews that have said like, "Oh, I read like MF and MM romance only. So if you have any recommendations, okay, you're weird. My recommendation is get some fucking therapy. Like, what are we doing?
That's weird.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
like
I
it either. I
appreciate.
don't know what that is.
Yeah, I appreciate that everyone's loving heated rivalries and like the show's really popping off for people, and now they're reading the whole series and they're loving books again. But it's like now they're only trying to find specifically hockey romance about gay men written
Mhm.
only by women.
Mhm.
And
I will say
That's weird.
the
a
show
lot.
is good. The
Hey,
show is
I
also
love Heartstopper.
show run by a gay man.
Yeah, I
Like-
adore Heartstopper. Alice Oman is a non-binary, wonderful person.
Yeah.
A Heartstopper is like an ooey gooey gay romance with like stuff's going on, but like I get it. I get loving that kind of media and like wanting it, but like that's like me going, well, I read Heartstopper, so I'm only gonna read that now.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I love Casey McQuiston, but like I read all of it, not just
Well,
Red, White,
that's
and
the
Royal
thing
Blue.
for me is I'm like, listen, you can read Red, White, and Royal Blue, but you can also read One Last Stop. And I think that the like genuine, like not even necessarily disgust, but like they're baffled when you suggest that they read something sapphic. Why would I ever do that? I don't know. Why are you predating on gay men? Maybe get a fucking grip. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's weird.
It's super
Which
weird.
is my favorite thing about their third book, I guess technically their fourth book, their third adult. One pairing, true pairing, something like that. Where it's like Casey McQuiston kind of like secretly surprised everyone with like a trans romance that they weren't prepared for because they thought it was going to be
Good.
male on male. No, just jokes on
Wait,
all y'all.
what's the name of that one, Sam?
I should know. It's on my shelf. The Pairing. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
I like The Pairing a lot. It's not everyone's favorite, but I really digged it.
Everybody hated on that book so hard I almost didn't buy it, and then I bought it anyways because the cover was cute and I really enjoyed it. So
It really makes me want to like travel to Europe and like have a little fling with somebody just on the tour.
it was literally so good. So good.
I just I don't know, it's weird to, like I guess because the thing is I'm like I don't understand necessarily the impulse to self-insert in a romance novel. But even if you have it, I struggle to see how you are self-inserting in this, you know, male like MLM fucking hockey romance when you're a 32-year-old lady from fuck off Ohio. And I just don't like I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know.
I would say that maybe like 0.0001% of those readers are like imagining themselves as one of the men.
So I'm like, so what's the problem then? What if you're not trying to be turned on by this? Which like I understand some people do, and I don't really care about that. That's awesome. Like, you know, have your porn. But like if you're not,
don't be loud about it.
Not, then why not just read sapphic books too?
Yeah.
I don't understand how people are like, that's gross. It's like, okay, what? I don't know. Sometimes people say shit to me and I'm just like, what? That's an interesting take you have.
Yeah.
After you just were screaming about heated rivalry.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't understand how people are cool with that, but then they're not cool with this.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like either you're cool with all of it or you're
Well, I
like
mean,
not.
listen,
So
it's the
like
same
what?
thing. It's the same thing reverse as every homophobic dickhead guy you've ever met in your entire life thinking lesbian porn is hot, but not wanting a gay person to stand next to him in the locker room. Like that's what it's giving, and it's not cute. And it's not.
Yeah.
It's freak behavior.
It's
Yeah.
weird. I don't get
For
it.
all the cis men that are like, I hate the gay people, but also I'm gonna like try and be with trans people only. It's like,
yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. Also, I did find a Game in Yellow. I just found a PDF, so if I can't get through the CT Drews, then perhaps that's what I'll do instead.
Into it.
Yeah.
I just really want people to like talk about, because like a Game in Yellow came out late last year, I think, and not a lot of people really picked it up and talked about it. And so then I read it, and then I was like, I'm alone. I'm alone on silent. I can't talk to anybody. I think Katie Colson might have read it and was like the only person I was able to like watch and be like, okay, cool.
I feel that way about. I watched a movie recently called Forbidden Fruits, and like none of the movie reviewers on YouTube that I watch saw it, or at least they didn't review it if they did see it. And I was like, am I the only person on the fucking planet who watched this movie? I know there were at least 15 other people in the theater with me. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? How am I supposed to know my opinion of this movie unless 6 people tell me?
Oh, is that the way? A 32-year-old sex worker has just killed extreme politician Hopeful Meatneck. Holed up in an off-the-grid cabin in the woods, now she has only 2 days, her wits, and her high-speed internet connection to save her own life.
What?
Did you just say Hopeful Meatneck?
Yeah, what was that?
Hopeful Meatneck.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Hopeful.
No, it's
Meatneck?
not.
No, his name is Meatneck. I don't know what the hopeful means in the sentence.
Meatneck?
Extremist politician, Hopeful Meatneck.
No. I don't like that at all.
What was that? What?
I'm reading the synopsis for Murder Bimbo by Rebecca Novick.
Yikes. I mean, no, it sounds good.
That sounds great.
Out to a widely popular feminist investigative podcast, Justice for Bimbos. In a hastily typed series of emails, the newly minted Murder Bimbo explains how she was recruited and then trained by a cabal of code-named U.S. agents to take out Meatneck.
So his...
This time to her ex-girlfriend begins to realize that Murder Bimbo might not be the unsuspecting cog she claims to be. In a time where truth is more flexible than ever before, who really is Murder Bimbo and what will she do next?
Yes, girl.
Hard telling.
Yes, Diva, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love when people like,
how did I not know that 2 months ago Clara Shetsky put out another book?
What are
you doing?
What the hell?
Watching too many movies. What are you doing?
True. Evil Genius? Ooh. Sorry, you can't see the cover. That looks fun. It's 1974 and San Francisco is full of mystery and menace. 19-year begging for an adult. Not 19. Not 19. I just please. The only adult I've gotten is the 32-year-old sex murder bimbo who's trying to kill Meatneck. That's what I have to hope for in my 30s. In my 20s, I'm knocked up 72 times in a row, and in my 30s, I'm killing Meatneck. I hate it here.
That's so funny. Oh, cool.
No. She's practicing her murder. What?
That sounds fun.
I have not.
Okay, no, and I'm back in. I'm sorry. I love her. Clara Shetsky, you mean everything to me. Hi, Claire. thank you for
Big fans.
Yeah, love your work. No,
Mhm.
I'm so upset. Listen, Chouette is truly one of my favorite books, and then Poor Dear is so weird. I truly like. I have never read anything like Poor Dear in my life. It was so fucking weird, and I lived. And this seems more of like a straightforward narrative, and that's very exciting.
Well,
perhaps it's time to look on my nameless site and see if they have it.
I think so. Also, I think we've discussed everything we wanted to discuss. And frankly, I have personal stuff I want to talk to Sam about, so we gotta get off of this live, bro.
Shit, what's going on in my life?
I go.
I think we gotta go. Because I think I have to go make some thumbnails for these next few months of book club, so I know what's happening. And I'm prepared.
Yeah, so next month will be Ursa Dax, and then hopefully
Finishing Stage Idris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me.
Sounds like a plan. I have the audiobook forever, so I can re-listen to the end closer to the date.
Cool.
Go off.
That sounds good. Well, I think we'll see everybody next month for some more monster smut and horror discussions.
Oh. Can't wait.
Bye.